Good afternoon, guys. I did some rehousings. I lost some slings, which happens, especially during the winter around here. The air's cold, dry. It's a little harder to maintain some of the slings, especially certain ones. But that's okay, because I got some new ones coming. Oh, look, someone molted. This is one of my earth tigers. They are right there. I just rehoused them. So, I rehoused them into here because with them being in, they were in one of those plastic round containers, and it was hard to keep track of them. And they're a lot bigger now anyway, so, than what they were. But lately with things going with the way it is with my slings, I want to be able to keep track of a lot of my little ones. And with having some of these containers, a lot of my slings, I'm going to be probably housing a lot of them into these containers. That way I can keep track of a lot of them, especially now that some of them are reaching a certain size. My Mexican red knee that I also have, I'm going to be rehousing into one of these as well. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of rehousings. I'm actually getting a new spider today, which I can't wait to show you guys. But yeah, the problem is, especially if you live in a state like I do, which I live in Pennsylvania for now, but the weather here, it can be so problematic, and with some of these species, especially with slings, it can be a hassle at times, especially trying your best, trying to make sure these guys thrive, and sometimes things don't always go right when you have slings and stuff, because sometimes, unfortunately, the patches don't always go so well. My pumpkin patches are doing good. Look, there's my little Mexican white knee. Zeus is chilling. I don't know if it's a boy or girl yet. If it's girl, it's midnight. If it's boy, it's Zeus. Which I always come up with two names for my animals until I find out if it's a boy or a girl. Where's my beauty at? I like filming a lot of times during the day because I get to see my beautiful boy. He was just right here at the edge. He likes to come up to me when I lay on the bed here. Because like I said, I've been sick for days now with this stupid stomach flu. And Lestat's been actually giving me company. I haven't been kind of letting Avery out because I don't want my iguana getting sick. Iguanas can get respiratory infections and illnesses just like people can, so I have to watch it with her. I've been having her, when I do let her out, unfortunately, she's kind of upset because I don't let her near me, or I'm only letting her in certain spots, like her ledge and stuff. But it's I think it's making her upset because I won't let her. Because normally she comes out and runs right across my leg. But I don't want her getting sick. And this stomach virus is horrible. And I mean extremely horrible. So I haven't been able to film as much either. I've been trying to film here and there. I don't know where my boy went. I just saw him. This cage is so big. It's so huge to find him. It's like trying to find a little needle in a haystack, but he's green and he blends in so well. Cage goes on and on and on. Yeah, I don't know where he must be towards the bottom. But that's what I love. That's what I love about having the cages a certain way, because it looks like a jungle. And since he is a tree-dwelling snake, they really love to hide in their trees and vines, and he's really liking this new branch I put in, because this is a new branch I put in for him to climb up, and he's been really enjoying that. And look at the plants. The plants are thriving beautifully down there. That one's still in the pot, and that one I actually planted. The one I planted is doing good, and actually the other plant I have in there, it's in the middle there, it's doing beautiful too, and that's actually ivy plant, like that one. but it's thriving better than that one is. I don't know what's going on with that one. I'll have to check that out later. My flying gecko, Evie's doing gorgeous. Of course, it's during the daytime. You're not going to be able to see her. Let's see if we can catch her later tonight. Tonight's feeding night. She has some crickets in there, though. I threw some in to try to see if I could bring her out, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, I don't know where she is. I'm actually getting a new gecko for this cage. Unfortunately, I lost Precious. I don't know what happened. She had problems shedding for some reason. And I honestly don't know what happened. I found her dead stuck in that cork bark. I've had Precious for a few years. Like I said, I've had some of these reptiles before I even started showing off my reptiles on YouTube. Like, some of them I've had for a long time. And Precious was one of my first crested geckos. But, so she was getting up there in age, but I don't know. I'm not happy about it at all. I was crying all last night when I found her dead like that. I knew something was wrong with you know the smell of death, and it's like, what the freak. And I found her dead, so I'm still not happy. I spent last night cleaning out the cage. I washed everything down, soaked everything down. I put in new dirt. I even cleaned off the plant and everything. I wiped down the glass as best as I can. I'm gonna try wiping it down more, but I'm getting it ready for another gecko. I don't know what I'm getting yet. It's a toss-up between another flying gecko, but I'm getting a baby. This is just gonna be a baby cage. It's gonna be a toss-up between a flying gecko, and I was looking at the central banded gecko. Now, if I get the central banded gecko, then this ain't gonna be the cage for it, because there are more terrestrial. Flying geckos are arboreal. Now, the central banded gecko are terrestrials. All geckos like to climb though, but its setup's different. They're more of a ground dwelling species than an arboreal tree type species, so I would change the layout of this tank, even if I would start it off in here, because I'm getting babies. I wanted to get a baby of some kind. If not, I was also looking at some baby house geckos. Also, there was the what was that other one? The Indo-Pacific. It's some kind of tree gecko. It's Indo-Pacific tree gecko. They are from Hawaii. I was looking at. It was kind of fascinating too. It was interesting because they are also like the common house gecko. They are all female. They also are parthogenic. They lay their own eggs, which would probably be kind of cool. So I'm thinking about getting a pair of those maybe if they still have them. I get paid next week, so I'm deciding on what to get. But I actually gotta get ready for our new spider we're getting. I have to set that tank up. Now the problem is I don't know the size of it. I know it's not a sling. I think it's like a juvie. I'm not sure. I have to find out from my friend. She's bringing it over for me because she sold me the slings. And since a bunch of my slings did die, she feels bad. So she's bringing me over more of a juvenile type tarantula. So with that said, I have to figure out the right size enclosure, because I don't want to put in the wrong size enclosure. Then that hole's finally open. I'm still happy I caught Chestnut out last night. That girl. There's my giant Texas tan. There's Night Fury. Still, buddy. This one's being rehoused too. I have so many rehousings to do. That's their Toga baboon. I don't mess with that thing. It stays hidden half the time. I just let it stay hidden. It's okay. It can stay hidden all it wants. I think bugs me out half the time. Yeah, but a lot of my children just like to stay in their burrows. This one's always down in its burrow too. That's the other earth tiger species. It's my Naples earth tiger species. Like there's Cersei basking. It's my African blue-tailed skink. She's bad. Cersei's like naughty little skink. But she's doing beautifully. Her cage is set up like a jungle. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard. Like, at night, I can't film some of my animals. Like, trust me, all my animals are doing, like, gorgeous. Except for what happened with Precious. That really pisses me off still really badly. But everybody else is doing beautifully. I'm trying to see where these two nut jobs are. Because I don't ever really show them during the day. I only ever show these two crazy bunch sleeping. But Zeus and Lily. Yep. Dang it, this screen. It's hard to stepping on freaking blanket. But she ran off down that way. See, it's hard to see through this screen, and the problem is I can't lift the screen up on this cage. There she is. There's Lily. That's my green animal. And there's Zeus's bratty butt is. He normally hides around the den here. I gotta clean their cage again. Their cage is such a pain in the butt to do because they're not easy to pull out. These two like to escape all the time. There he is. There's the little nut job. That's Zeus. My other Zeus, the original Zeus. He likes to escape a lot. Here's my little escape artist. He's the one I find on my shower curtains all the time. Freaking nut job. This one was busy last night and decided to bury everything I did. This is my other giant Texas tan that I rehoused. This is Winter. Winter's now in one of these enclosures. Like I said, they don't really have enclosures around here for tarantulas. So I had to get... They have plenty of these arboreal type ones. And they're good at first for the size that that they are, because these guys are the same size. As you see, Night Fury size. Well, Winter's the same size, so putting them in an enclosure like that, it's not too bad. But eventually I'm gonna have to change them into like a 5-gallon, because that's all we have around here. But like I said, I might go online and just order a bunch of stuff from Tarantula Cribs and other places. But unfortunately, I like certain stores and all, but the problem is the prices. I'm not gonna lie, Tarantula Cribs is expensive, especially for people like me. So it's not always so easy to order a bunch of enclosures at once like I want to. So, and I don't always, like, I just missed the expo that they had in New York this weekend because of being really sick, which makes me mad as well, because I wanted to go to see if they had any enclosures for tarantulas. So yeah, it's always some stuff that happens. So we're gonna try to order some enclosures and stuff, but this is how it normally goes throughout the day. I'm actually gonna go downstairs and check to see if I have a bigger crittering carrier, because I'm about to rehouse this one, definitely, and then I'm gonna see what I have downstairs for the new tarantula that's coming. So I'm gonna go take care of that, and I will... What is that little runt doing? Zeus is all up in there. He loves this branch. Oh, we got a cricket. So he's down there eating the cricket. Num 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 num. He's such a goofball. They're gonna be mad at me later when I pull them out to clean the cage. They hate it. But it's gotta be done. I'm gonna try to scrape that glass too. Anyways, distraction moment. But yeah, I'm gonna go see what enclosures I have downstairs, work on that real quick, and I will see you guys when the new baby comes. So I'll see you guys soon. Look at this enclosure built. My good friend built this enclosure. Has our new baby in it. She did an amazing job. Oh, there it is. Got ourselves a versicolor. I don't even know what to name it. So she did a beautiful job with this enclosure. I love it. I'm about to have her build all my enclosures for me. If you guys want beautiful tarantulas, and she builds the enclosures too. Like, if you guys want a tarantula with beautifully done builds, go on Instagram to Toxic Toads, especially if you live in Pennsylvania. She actually delivers them to you too. Or she meets you halfway, whichever, but she did an amazing job with this enclosure. It's gorgeous. Like, absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at that. Baby's back there. Here they come. Beautiful, beautiful spider. Beautiful built. Just totally amazing. That's right. Show your beautiful self. I love versicolors. Absolutely gorgeous spiders. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I love how it's coming out already too. It's not as shy. Stunning. Alright, I'm gonna take some pictures real quick before it pops and hides away real quick. Alright, we got some pictures. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. Trying not to like scare it. Like I said, versicolors is one of my favorite spiders. Now we gotta pick up a good name for it. Well, I hope it's a girl, because with versicolors, I love picking like flower type names because of their coloration. They have beautiful colors. I don't know what to name it though. I already got Violet. I already got Rose. And I got Jade. I gotta come up with a good name for you, little one. Those are easy names though too. I already got Posy. Because Posy is also one of my Trinidads. What can we name this beautiful, beautiful baby? I really love how it's not shy at all. Normally by now, like, the other ones would run and hide. And this one's just, like, chilling right there. Because my Tillies that I have, they run and my little Antilles, Jade and Boo, run and hide constantly. They don't even want to be seen. I don't even get to show Jade anymore because ever since I put Jade in their new enclosure, they just will not come out. So some of the times I don't show all my spiders because they don't ever come out. I do with Chestnut, like Chestnut's cage, and Remy and Coconut. Yeah, a lot of times we won't always see them. But there are times where, like, they do come out. Like, Remy I caught the other day drinking out of their water dish. Like, their whole body was in their water dish. It was really funny. I got pictures of it. I should have videotaped it, though. But I was on the phone with my doctor. I was at least able to get pictures, but I couldn't videotape. Because then I would have had to stop the phone call to record. But I can at least take pictures while I'm actually talking on the phone, which is pretty cool. But it would have been really cool to videotape what Remy was doing. But look at how beautiful this spider really is. They're just so active. I love spiders. They're active day and night. Just like my Mexican white-knee Zeus. Active day and night. Same with Autumn. My one curly hair. She's active day and night too. Where are we going? That's a lot. This enclosure is really cool, guys. Like, my friend did an amazing job on this cage. Like, I'm loving this enclosure. It's gonna suck when they grow out of this enclosure. I'm gonna definitely have to use this enclosure for another spider because eventually they'll grow out of this one, so we'll have to use it for another little one. Of course, I'll clean the web and stuff out because you always clean the webs out of each enclosure. But the setup's gonna stay the same because the setup's really cool. Look, they're coming to say hi. Really, really cool. They're not shy at all. I'm really, really loving that. I think I gotta come up with a good name. Beautiful, beautiful baby. Of course, it don't help. There's always a glare. No matter where I put stuff in my room, there's always some weird glare. Oh, they're coming right to the front. Definitely not shy at all. I'm sure I'll think of a name. I'll think of like 10 names before I come up with a final name, like I do with all of my children. Aw, Avery's so sleepy today. It's a rainy, crappy day out. Like, it's just been really horrible out today. No one's been really feeling good either. I hope Avery's alright. She ate all her food though, so she must be doing alright. She's probably just tired. I did turn on our light a little too early this morning. There was an incident this morning I had to deal with, so fortunately one of the crested geckos was having issues shedding. I had to pull her out and get her shedded stuff off her. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. Luckily I caught that. So I had to do that early this morning, which woke Avery up. Didn't put her in the happiest mood, so now my boo sleepy baby over there, she's just falling asleep. I wanted to let her out. Because she normally don't sleep in her cage. I normally let her out. Unless I'm really sick and I don't want her out because I don't want her catching anything or getting sick from me. Or if my lupus is too much and it's just one of those days where my GI issues are way too much, then I won't let her out, but I guess she's really tired from this morning. It is getting pretty late already. I think it's already like 4:30. This is a busy little baby. Such an active little one. That's what I like to see. I love when they're really active like this. And I know they're healthy and they're doing beautifully and they're doing good. But there are a couple other things I do got to finish doing. But we will check on this precious little one later. So I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna find a spot to put the baby and then think of a name. I'm gonna think of something cute, but I will check up with you guys a little bit later. Luke is out since I rehoused them. They're in such a bigger cage. Chestnut, Arizona Blondie, that used to be down there, which is now Night Fury. Night Fury is now actually in this cage. Let's see if I can. They wouldn't go into the cage unless I put that stupid thing in with them. So I left them their other little hide because it would not get off of it, but This is now Night Fury's cage, which is my Texas tan. I rehoused my Mexican Redney into here. That's Cypher's cage. I actually switched. We got my Arizona Blondie. Chestnut is now in a nice enclosure. So I tried to scrub down the glass, but it didn't. Obviously, it didn't work out so well. My other Texas Tan Winters in this one. There's so many rehousings, guys. Like, I did a lot of rehousings. Somebody molted. I see a molt right there. So, you check that out. But now that the Arizona Blondie's actually out more. So, I named this tarantula my new versicolor Venus. Hopefully it's a girl. Now let's take that off. They're back in there somewhere. But yeah, I picked the name Venus. So, hopefully, and it's a girl. If it's a boy, I don't know yet. I'm gonna come up with a name for a boy. But there's the Arizona Blondie. I covered up half the top. So, let's settle it down. It didn't like the fact that I rehoused it. In here, there's Zeus. There's some live plants, all kinds of fake plants. I made a jungle for it. But yeah, Zeus is now in a big front opening. Exoterra. Is that Exoterra? Yeah, I think that's Exoterra. I can't even remember the Exoterra. But anyways. But yeah, they're in a big front opening enclosure now. Just in there chilling. And then Lily. And then Beta. Beta's in this new big tall tank. So I switched cages around. I rehoused a lot of them. I don't even know where he's at. Probably in the cork barked 10 to 1. But yeah, I did a lot of rehousings. So Beta's now over here. And I moved Precious around, Beta around. I moved everybody around. So everybody's been getting moved around. My flying gecko's in there, of course. Let's see if we can see my boy at all. It's hard to find him. He blends in so well with stuff. Oh, look, my Mexican fire leg is out. It's Riven. It's kind of like Raven, but it's Riven. How do you say Riven? That one plant down there. I gotta check on that plant. That one part looks like it's... I wonder if the lights... If I moved the lamp the other day, I did have it hitting it too much, so... Kind of dried out my one part of the plant. Where's my buddy at? He blends it... Oh, there he is. He's right there in front of my face. Blends in so well, like I say, all the time. He's blending it very beautifully. He was really liking this big tree branch that I stuck in there. Looking beautiful. Loved how I rehoused everybody. Here's Zeus. My Mexican Whitney. They're eventually going to have to be rehoused because they're growing so fast. Look at that beauty. Beautiful, beautiful spider. So cute. Kinda hoping it's a girl. I know. The names are only temporary until I find out if they're actually a boy or a girl. Once I find out if they're a boy or girl, they either keep their name or their name gets changed. That's how it goes with the tarantulas. There's one of my earth tigers species right there. The reason why I put it into this enclosure is I like to keep an eye on them, especially since it's still little. Been having problems with slings lately, so I've been changing them into these type of enclosures because I want to be able to keep a closer eye onto them so nothing happens to them. There's my beautiful girl, Autumn. Just sitting in her corner like always. I gotta clean out her water dish again. I do her water just like 5 times a day, I swear it. Some of my slings are still doing okay. A couple of them I did lose though. But I've been doing a lot of rehousings. A lot of them are growing very beautifully. I think my Mexican fire leg down there. Let's see. Oh, there's Chloe. My other jumping spider's not out, but right there's Chloe. They're doing good. Unfortunately, some of these things are like tiny dots still, so it's really hard to see them. Like my pumpkin patch. Let's see if I can pull them out later to show you guys, because they're actually growing for once. This is my pumpkin patch I've been waiting forever to grow. Didn't eat its crickets. Let's see. See, the Trinidad olive is normally way back in there. But they did some crazy webbing. Look at that. Crazy, crazy webbing. And of course, Viola, my Hattie. It's always in the unknown. They're always back in there. Of course, these guys, you have to keep them a lot more moist. Not a lot, but more moist than other slings. Bless you, Avery. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. I did a lot of rehousings. Look at that poor plant. It just plopped. I'm just gonna rip that thing out and like get more of these fake plants. And just do something with a bunch of fake plants in Morticia's cage, because I'm just not winning. Not winning at all. But yeah, I'm just really glad that I was able to do a lot of rehousings. I just can't wait to show you guys the inside of this cage. Can't wait to earlier for the Venus to come out. Really hoping it's a girl. And then I'm gonna have to check on Coconut. I haven't seen Coconut in a while, so I know they're probably fine though. And Lucifer is being rehoused next. That's coming up. But everyone's doing amazing. Avery, chill. I will let you out later if you actually stay awake this time. Oh, they're down there. Like always, my phone goes out of focus because my phone sucks. It's a crappy phone. Oh, they moved. The Fossorial is doing great. Surprised I didn't eat that cricket. Of course, I did give him a bunch of extra crickets too. I wonder where... I named it Draco. I am a Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter. So, oh, Draco's right there. Right in here. Our favorite spot. They always like to hide right in here. It's gonna be real fun rehousing them. I'm actually really not looking forward to that. But yeah, all the tarantulas, all the animals are doing very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So I'm glad the rehousings went easy, because it's not always easy rehousing some of these guys. Especially because the Arizona Blondie and my Texas Stan were not willing to come out of their burrows. This one literally clinged on to its little plastic hide, and I put it in there with the plastic hide. I didn't want to stress it out any more than what was going on, so I actually just picked up the hide and put the hide in there, because they were clinging like underneath like this. It stretched its legs out on the inside of the hide, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna fight with it. You can have its little plastic hide. You can just keep it. When it gets too big for it, you know, eventually I'll get it out or whatever, but for now it's still little enough to play with it still, so I don't even care at this point. There's my Anole. Crazy little Anole. Oh, winter comes out later. Look, right there. But at least we get to see Chestnut a lot more. Arizona Blondie that I never get to see. So I'm glad we get to see her all the time now. Maybe she's gonna like her cage now that she's in a lot bigger enclosure to play with. I have around 5 gallons, so. But yeah, I got a couple things I gotta do. I gotta deal with Avery. It's time for her bath. Just gonna be real fun to deal with. I'm gonna get torn up again with her nails, but that's okay. It's what you do when you love your babies. But I will catch up with you guys later.